Westergaard. Here. Mandelbaum.
Here.
Gatto.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Next item is approving the agenda as presented and/or as amended.
Move approval. And the record show that Councilmember Voss is here also. I don't think he
Is
was.
there a second? It's been moved and seconded. Is there any questions or concerns? If not, please vote.
Seven yes.
Motion carries. The next item is item 3, approving conveyance of city-owned municipal housing agency property at 3308 Kinsey Avenue pursuant to Section 32 Homeownership Program, Board Communication Number 26-240.
Move approval, Your Honor.
Second.
Any questions? If not, all in favor, please vote.
Seven yes.
Yes. Motion carries. Next item is item 4, motion to adjourn.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Sorry, I didn't have it up.
Oh, votes for it. Okay, we can just, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? If not, motion carries. We will reconvene at 5 p.m. for the regular meeting.
No.
I'd like to call to order the July 13th, 2026 meeting of the Des Moines City Council. Please take the roll.
Boson,
Here.
Simonson,
Here.
Voss,
Here.
Barron,
Here.
Westergaard, Mandelbaum,
Here.
Gatto.
Here.
We have a quorum.
The next item is item 2, approving the agenda as presented and/or as amended. Tonight, number 20 was moved to item 40I. On the regular agenda items, 40I was moved on the proposition to authorize a lease purchase agreement with Ziegler, Inc. for the lease purchase of a tractor with boom mower for use in city operations not to exceed $88,875, and providing for publication of notice thereof, and to continue to the August 3rd, 2026 council meeting. Item 43 is updated the speaker's list.
Move approval, Your Honor.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Seven yes.
Motion carries. The next item is approving the consent agenda. Those are items 3 through 37. Tonight, 5 Voss votes no, 6 Voss votes no, 31 Barron is abstaining, 33 Mandelbaum wants to speak, 33 Barron is a no. These are routine items and will be acted by one roll call vote without separate discussions unless pursuant to council rules. Council requests an item to remove to be considered separately.
Move approval.
Second.
And we have one speaker, Carol Maher, who wants to speak on item 18. We will allow public speaking to a consent item for 3 minutes each for a total of 15 minutes. Please state your name, address, or ward prior to providing comments.
Thank you. Mayor Boson, members of the Des Moines City Council, my name is Carol Maher, and I live downtown in Des Moines in Ward 3. It was my pleasure to observe strategic planning session number 2 this morning. Good stuff. Once again, a vibrant downtown was mentioned in the mission and vision statements. And Des Moines does have an actual downtown, not a Disney-inspired town square named The Village, The Triangle, Uptown, or Jordan Creek. It's a real downtown with downtown-specific zoning that isn't found in the burbs or other Des Moines neighborhoods. At the end of the session, each of you named top 3 strategic priorities, and you generally agreed with each other. Coming in at number 3, complete streets, multimodal, accessibility, vulnerable road user safety, and transit. Warm my active transportation soul as I ride my bike to meetings at City Hall. Please keep that active transportation priority in mind as you weigh your decision on the Hyper Energy Bar site plan request. Yes, the site plan. You've already voted to sell the parcel for $550,000. Hooray for getting city-owned property back on the tax rolls. The hearing in 3 weeks is to override the decision made by the Plan and Zoning Commission. In a tie vote, the commission declined the site plan, and the applicant is appealing that decline. This is the decision you'll need to make. Do I want to bring an Ankeny product to downtown Des Moines? Remember, downtown Des Moines is not Ankeny. Do I want to open the door to drive-through businesses in downtown Des Moines? Our downtown zoning code does not allow them, period. Even the Starbucks on MLK does not have one. Up until now, it was a hard stop, no drive-throughs. It's urban planning 101. U.S. cities with serious downtowns do not allow drive-throughs, a car-centric design focused on traffic throughput. But how American is it? Need an energy boost? No, don't get up. We'll bring it right to your car. Finally, there are outstanding questions from our Traffic and Transportation Department regarding queuing, turn lanes, and the bike lane that fronts the property. As of this afternoon, those haven't been addressed in the site plan. Also, the applicant has not yet met with the railroad that runs through the parcel. How can you approve a site plan when the question of basic safety of residents has not been addressed? Thank you.
Okay, entertain a motion.
We got it. We just.
Moved
need
and
to-
seconded, right.
We
Yeah,
just need to
sorry.
vote.
Forgot, it's been a while. Please vote.
Seven, yes.
Motion carries. Next item we will go to is the hearings. Item 38, on request from Monte Properties Incorporated, Brenda Sanchez, officer, to amend the Plan DSM, creating our tomorrow plan to revise the future land use classification and to rezone property located in the vicinity of 2006 Indianola Avenue from N5 Neighborhood District to MX1 Mixed Use District to allow the conversion of a retail sales use to a tobacco store use. Plan and Zoning Commission recommends denial, requires 6 votes for approval. Choose one alternate below. A is deny, or B, continue the hearing until August 3rd, 2026, and direct the city manager and legal department to prepare the necessary legislation to approve the rezoning. First, we'll hear from parties and interests, applicant for rezoning, and those within 250 feet of the property to be rezoned will be given up to 5 minutes to speak. Second, germane comments from the general public, 2 minutes per person to speak, 20 minutes maximum. Anyone wishing to speak? If not,
See none, Your Honor. I'll move 38A.
it's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Seven, yes. Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, the next item is 39. On the proposition to authorize a lease agreement with Industrial Scientific for the lease of atmospheric monitoring, didn't get that right, devices and services for use by the Public Works Department not to exceed $35,013.72 for a 4-year period, and providing for publication of notice thereof, and to continue to the August 3rd, 2026 meeting.
I don't see anybody who wants to speak. Jonathan, thank you for the description of what that was, because I didn't understand what it was. So I will move item 39.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote. We have
Joe.
Sorry.
Seven, yes.
motion carries. Item 40. An application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for the fiscal year 26 pathways to removing obstacles to housing, or pro-housing. Council Communication number 26-242.
Move approval, Your Honor. Item 40.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote. It's one more.
Mandible. Seven, yes.
Motion carries. Next item is 40I. On proposition to authorize a lease purchase agreement with Ziegler Inc. for the lease purchase of a tractor with boom mower for use in city operations not to exceed $88,875, and providing for publication of notice thereof, and to continue to the August 3rd, 2026 council meeting.
I'll move 40I, Your Honor.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Seven, yes.
Motion carries. The next item is 33 from the City Council Personnel Subcommittee, Bozen, Simonson, and Voss, to consider receipt and approval of the City Council Personnel Committee's annual review and compensation review for the council's direct reports. Councilman Mandelbaum, when to speak on this?
Yeah, one of the things that I've been trying to, well, I guess, given where we are at in the budget and this year's budget, I think we are scrutinizing things that we hadn't scrutinized previously. And one of the things that I hadn't spent a lot of time on, admittedly, was the retention bonus piece of the compensation package and trying to understand that piece in the history. And I've been trying to do that just, I got a little information just before this meeting, but I don't know that I have all of the information that I would want. One of the pieces, the discussion was freezing. The retention bonus is kind of in place of or in lieu of the longevity pay, and we haven't really examined that. This was initially a five-year program, and it's kind of been continued without discussion. And maybe that's my fault for not asking in the previous years and not realizing. But I don't fully understand the difference in pay between the longevity, what longevity would be, and what the retention bonus would be. The other thing is that my understanding is that last year, we did not freeze the manager's longevity pay. So that went up, which was kind of the premise that this was in lieu of. And so we kind of had both happen. And so I think it's worth revisiting. And I went back and forth. I was a little uncomfortable. And then as I was maybe comfortable, then I was reading some of the history, and I'm maybe at the point where I'm not comfortable without knowing and having a discussion on the longevity pay versus retention and what this means in the context of a broader policy. The other piece I would note is that when we started the policy, our city manager wasn't even in the top 2 in terms of pay of city managers in this state. And that was a piece of why I think, at least when I go back and read the older document, why we did the retention bonus. At this point, I believe our city manager is the best paid city manager in the state. No, is that not accurate?
I don't believe so.
Not okay. So in the top 2, but not the best paid. Okay.
And
I would say the gentleman in Cedar Rapids is probably the best paid.
yeah,
Okay.
I think he makes well over 400
I just thought it was,
in a small town like Cedar Rapids. But
okay.
anyway,
So
I was hoping to just, there's a world where I'm comfortable voting for this if I understand a little better on the longevity versus retention and what the policy is and where we're at with that. And I know the mayor was going to ask about what that would be, and that we would hopefully get that. I'd prefer to be able to vote for this, to wait one more council session so that we can get some of that longevity versus retention and have a discussion on that. But I understand if folks want to just vote on that today.
others that were on the committee, I think that based on the review that we received from the fellow council was exemplary, was very high, that we didn't make the change this year. If you want to have that discussion for future, because I don't think there's, I don't know what the differential, I don't know if it's that great, but it was a matter of keeping the benefits. They're paying more in insurance. That went up. And again, had a very strong review. So that's why we kept some of the other things just the same as. We had capped retention a few years ago because it was supposed to keep going up and we had stopped it. So I'm just giving you context of what has been done in the past. So I'll defer to if anyone else has comments. Just want to give you a little history.
I'm quite comfortable where we are. This is the most important position in the city. Having had to hire people, high-paying people, you get what you pay for. And when you look at what it costs to recruit and hire people, that's really expensive. I think we've, as a committee, have done our due diligence, and I support it fully.
Is that a motion?
I don't think you need a motion from a committee report.
Yeah, no, we do.
Okay,
We still do? Oh, okay. Robert's
Second.
Rules of Order don't require it, but
I would say.
if we do,
According to, yes. So there's been it's been moved, it's been seconded. At this time, if there's no other comments, I would just say, please vote.
Mayor?
Who moved that? I'm sorry, I did not hear.
I don't think
Simonson
Councilman
moves.
Simonson.
Okay, and who's
I
second?
second.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I just want to, so I'm voting no on this, and
yeah, you already had put down.
and I already did note that ahead of time, and I will say, coming into this, I was skeptical of the city and city administration, and I've appreciated working with the city attorney, city manager, city clerk thus far, but we're on the front end of cutting millions of dollars from our budget and excising people's jobs. People are not going to be working for the city anymore. The retention bonus alone is almost $22,000 for the city manager, $17,000 for the city attorney, increasing the longevity back from 1% to 3% is about $10,000 a year. We're quickly getting to the numbers that our department directors were bringing to us on June 17th as being the types of things that we would cut. A meeting ago, our council voted unanimously not to take a raise. I thought that was appropriate out of leadership in a moment like this. I feel like this is the right thing to do, is still to respect the work that's being done. There's still a 3% raise already, but then adding 3% longevity, 6.5% retention for the manager, 1% for the attorney, 6.5% retention for the city attorney. I think that's excessive, and I can't support that.
Okay. I will just say I appreciate the job of the Personnel Committee. I know it's not easy, and I would reiterate Councilman Simonson's statements. You get what you pay for. I was here when City Manager Sanders was hired. He was hired at a very low end of the spectrum of city managers. I'm glad that he's at least number 2. I didn't think we would ever probably get you to number 1. I don't think that makes a big difference, but I appreciate the job that all 3 of them do. They're all very good at their jobs, and I would say at the point in time, because there will be a point in time that we will have to replace them, I would say that we're going to see what it's going to cost to pay somebody to sit in that seat and that seat and that seat there, because I don't believe that you're going to get it much cheaper. That's my opinion, depending on who you get, I guess. So I'm happy to be supportive, and thank you for the job you guys do.
To that point, though, we're paying an additional $30,000 a year for one position, compounded year over year. You're not talking about saving it. You make the point about, you're going to have to hire a search firm and things like that. But I mean, 30, 50, when you take in both positions, you're going to be over $100,000 just in 2 years. That's the cost of a search firm right there. So we're making that payment to maintain the people that are here. That's fine, but I don't think I would say that we're saving money on the front end by doing that.
I would say we get what we pay for, and you can look at the Des Moines Public Schools and see what the leadership that they've had and how many changes they've had since he's been sitting in this seat and the mess that they've been in. That's what I would state of where we're at with some of
Okay.
I think
who
we
we
do
hire
pretty
and
well
how
for
we hire.
$337,000.
Okay,
Councilman
first-
Gatto.
Okay, we will look at this. The other thing on longevity too, you get compensation from IPERS, so there's a differential too, whereas on retention there isn't. So I think there's some numbers we need to get, more final numbers. You've taken the position to vote no, so we can bring those numbers back in the next review. Like I said,
Mayor, I would like to make one final comment. this goes back to my childhood growing up. My dad ran the Department of Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities for the state of Iowa. That budget was $1 billion, and that's when I was in high school. And I remember how stressed he was on occasion coming home. This is when they were slashing budgets, and that takes a toll on a person too. I'm glad to have the continuity in this seat.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We'll bring back numbers and we can review it at the next review period.
It's in next year.
Right.
I would say that next year, the Personnel Committee, after the review process with Mark, that maybe we can have, I don't know if it's appropriate, Jeff, we can have a closed session to where the 7 of us can sit down before there's, a recommendation that goes on the council agenda, that we can have a discussion with 7 of us all in the room
No,
together.
we can do that very easily. This is how we've done it for the
I
last.
understand.
How many years? At least we have reviews.
Yep.
'Cause they went for 5 years with no reviews.
Yeah, they did.
No, I agree with what Councilman Gaddis suggests as well. I
Absolutely.
think more conversations always
Oh, we
better.
will. Okay.
Is it coming? 5 yes, 2 no, motion passes.
Motion carries. Next item. '41 is amending Chapter 26 of the Municipal Code relating to building per requirements. I assume that's code.
It is.
Council Communication Number 26-244. Is there,
I'll move item 41.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
You want to waive the second, third reading?
I would like to pursuant to 42A.
Okay, so we are going to, is that good or we need to revote?
We, as long as it shows the calculated the vote, so the motion will be amended to move approval and pursuant to Rule
Wait.
42A with the
Yes.
second, third reading.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
Six yes, 1 no, motion passes.
Motion carries. Item 42, amending Chapter 114 of the Municipal Code regarding traffic regulation changes as follows. Council Communication Number 26-246. A is parking modification related to repurposing of Walnut Street School. 1, Walnut Street to 9th Street to 10th Street. 2 is 9th Street to Walnut Street to Locust Street.
I'll move 42A 1 and 2, and pursuant to Rule 42A, I'll waive the second and third reading.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Seven yes.
Motion carries. The next item is item 43. It's a request to speak. And we provide speakers under the public speaking portion the opportunity to address the council for up to 3 minutes each for up to 20 speakers for a total of 1 hour on the agenda. Speakers will be called forward individually, and we ask everyone to please state their name and address ward prior to providing comments. Please keep comments germane and avoid references to personalities or character attacks, as those types of comments do not contribute to the purpose for which this public forum exists. As a reminder to the council and the public, this public speaking time is to hear your comments, and if there is a need to follow up, we will get it to the appropriate staff or council to follow up after the meeting. So the first speaker we have is Lania DeWard. I don't see her. Is Sarah Hildreth here? It looks like we don't have any.
Move to
speakers,
receive and file 43A and B with no comments, I guess.
I guess.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Please vote. Is there,
Motion to adjourn, Your Honor.
okay,
Second.
it's been, yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? If not, this meeting is adjourned.